Did you know that mental health issues can come from a variety of different pools? It can come from genetics, physical standings, and society. There's a wide variety of different kind of illnesses, and it can diagnose a variety of different people, including gender, race, and age. Today I will share with you the information I know on mental illness. What I want you to attain from this speech is the definition of mental illness, 3 types of the illnesses, how and where you can get help, and the impact it has on America today. I personally have had family members with mental illness, and it is very common in my family tree. I also have just written a paper on this for my human development class, which I have learned a lot from. Mental illness is very common in the United States, although many people do not realize when they or someone they know has the illness. What is the definition of mental illness, and how does it affect the United States? According to the Mayo Clinic, mental illness is referred to as a wide variety of mental health conditions with a disorder that it can affect your mood, behavior, and your thinking. 1 in 4 adults in the United States have mental illnesses. That's 25% of Americans today. And 1 in 17 have very serious mental illnesses. There are more mental illnesses that are more common than others and some that are more serious. I personally will be talking about the more common mental illnesses today. Now that you know the definition and some of the statistics on mental illnesses, I would like to introduce you to 3 different types. The 3 different types are anxiety, depression, and bipolar. The first one I'll cover is anxiety. Anxiety is a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease, typically about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome. Symptoms of anxiety include a surge of overwhelming panic, hot flashes or chills, trouble breathing, uncontrolled shaking, feelings of passing out, chest pains, and heart palpitations. You can get anxiety from different causes such as mental and physical conditions, or a lot of the times from drugs. Approximately 18.1% of adults in the United States have anxiety diseases. The second kind I'll talk to you about is depression. Depression is a mood disorder that can cause a persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest. Signs of depression are feelings of loneliness, reduced stress, reduced interest in activities you usually enjoy, such as work, church, or sports, a change in appetite, fatigue, feeling worthless, and sometimes suicidal thoughts. Those signs are all big contributors to the mental illness. It can either come genetically from your family tree or factors that contribute to your life at that moment in time. According to National Alliance on Mental Health, approximately 6.7 Americans today live with major depression. The final illness I'll introduce to you is bipolar disorder. According to Medicine.net, it is marked by alternating periods of depression and elation. Many causes contribute to this disorder, but the main one would be genetics. Signs of bipolar disorder are low self-esteem, racing thoughts, decreased need for sleep, directed goals, and distractibility among other symptoms as well. This disorder is most difficult to deal with because it has a huge toll on a person's personality and can come and go whenever it feels. Only about 2.6 of Americans have to deal with bipolar disorder. Now that I have informed you on 3 different types of mental illness, I would like to tell you about how to get help for a person who has or may know a person who has mental illness. How or where to get help when dealing with a mental illness is very important. The first thing you should do is get immediate help. Sometimes people don't get the help they need right away because they don't really know where to go, but your best bet is to go to your doctor and talk about where you should go to get help. You can also always go online to websites that have mental health screening tools, like, for instance, Mental Health Americas. They have a place where you can go and check out what you think you might have. Never being afraid to go to a family member or friend is a great thing. You shouldn't keep it to yourself when dealing with a mental illness, because it can get worse and it can spiral downwards. You have a better chance of getting help when you talk to someone you know. America is impacted in many ways from mental illness. According to National Alliance on Mental Illness, serious mental illness ends up costing America around $193.2 billion in lost earnings per year. That's a lot of lost money just from an illness. Suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the United States. which a lot of the times is caused from a mental illness. Mood disorders such as depression and anxiety are the third most common cause of hospitalization here in the U.S., according to National Alliance on Mental Illness. In the end, I have told you the definition of mental illness, I have introduced you 3 types of the illnesses, where and how you can get help, and some of the impacts it has made on America. In conclusion, I hope what you took away from this speech is how common mental illness is today in the United States. The more people are aware of this illness, the more lives we might be able to save in the long run, before it gets too late. Getting the word out there for mental illness could help America a great ordeal. Thanks for listening.